Dr. Heavenly, season 8 of Married to Medicine is here. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you bracing for impact? Is it a mix of emotions?
I think it's always a mix of emotions, but I'm always excited. I think you're going to see a different side of all of us, good and bad, but I think you're going to enjoy it.
We ended last season at the reunion. You and Simone seemed seconds away from ripping each other's faces off, and then you were on the floor rolling around with Quad riding you. I thought, yes, we're on a fresh start. Here we go. Seems like things didn't move forward from there. Why didn't they?
I don't want to be messy, but you know what? I can only speak the truth, and that's all I can think of. Simone's husband and I had interaction on Twitter after telling him multiple times to stop. I responded once, and she can't get over that. I think the issue is Dr. Jackie kind of agreed with me because there were certain things he said that she didn't like. So she said, hey, I'm going to stay out of it. And Simone just stopped speaking to both of us rather than going to her husband and having him accountable for the he did.
To go back to that reunion moment, for you, that felt like a genuine moment, and it's Simone was the roadblock. She's the one who chose not to move forward after that.
Right, because we all were open. I called her several times. I don't know if they showed, I called her several times. She wasn't responsive. I invited her out. She wasn't responsible. And I ain't did to nobody, sir. I don't do nothing to nobody. All I do is respond when people keep attacking me, like you said, over and over again. I just think that Simone needs to own her shit and just move forward. Really, ain't nobody holding no grudges. We all get into it. Everybody has done wrong in this group, If we had grudges here, we would never get anywhere.
Right. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game, isn't it? It's when you look at the big picture, you're on reality TV. This is kind of what you signed up for.
And the interesting thing to me is I don't do anything differently from anybody else, but their responses to it is different. Maybe I come too hard. I don't know. I just respond to whatever they give me, and I think I'm coming at the same level.
How do you feel about Simone blaming you for her issues with Jackie?
I think Simone is looking for an excuse. I think it's her husband. He needs to own it. That's what it is. I didn't do anything wrong. I think that he gave his opinion to me and my husband, and that really took me out. You can give your opinion to me all the time. But when you bring my man name in it, I'm going to respond because you allowed me to give my opinion of you, and I did. So Simone need to own her. She knows this. I don't know if she'll ever own up to it, but she knows what it is. Jackie has nothing to do with it, and she knows it. She's mad at Jackie for not defending her against a friend that we were all friends. I mean, you could say 20 years, but you can't say a better friend than I've been to her. And I miss you, and I'm not gonna say it no. Oh, I'm tired of saying it.
Say it anymore.
I'm tired of saying it now. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I'm not.
You don't need to say it
feel
to
like
me
I
anymore. Do. Last year, we sat down, me, you
fell on the
Jackie.
floor.
And y'all faked it out.
Toya, she's really throwing herself in the mix of this whole Simone Jackie thing. How do you feel about her trying to play, I don't know, puppet master, fixer?
I think that Toya, I'm gonna say this the nicest way I can, needs something to do. Something else to do. I mean, her kids are in school, so we can't say she's a stay-at-home mom. She needs something to do. Something to make her life feel more fulfilled. That's my thought on Toya, really, because she's really critical about people that are doing way more than she is. So she needs to do something so she even has an inkling of what it takes to run a business, run a family, run a life, run her household. Do your first and then come out. So Toya needs something to do. That's my thought on her.
What? Heavenly's just rude.
When I went through the trailer, though, it seems like there might be some positive movement with you and Simone. What can we expect? What journey are we going on this year?
And I have to be honest. I don't know if Tony wants to. We still not speaking. We had positive movement during the filming, but to this day, we really not where we were.
Okay, so we're in for some sort of roller coaster.
Absolutely.
We had a little bit of a cast shakeup this season. How do you feel about Mariah exiting the group once again?
I just feel like whose friend was Mariah? Who was her friend on the show? So who could she film with? I think this show is based on a group of friends, and nobody really with Mariah. They don't. I mean, and I just think that her, I don't know. But the cast shakeup, I think it was a good move. I think that we have a great addition to the cast, Anila Saja, and I've gotten to know her, and I can honestly say she's the friend.
Okay, that makes me feel good because when you look at the trailer, she makes some digs at you.
Anybody can be a dentist. I'm just saying.
No, she says.
Everybody does, though. But when I respond, they mad forever. I take the digs. Hey, I'm a dentist. You know what? I do well as dentistry. I'm happy with my position as a dentist. It does not bother me. when you take a dig at them, they hurt forever. And I don't do anything more deep, in my opinion. Now, you know, but then they do.
I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the constant attacks on, oh, dentist, you're not a real doctor, blah, 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 but you're laughing all the way to the bank.
I make more money and my hours are not that. I would not get up out my bed to deliver somebody else's baby. I just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? If they chose to do it, they did. I'm all for it, and I think they're needed. But don't damn me for what I'm doing. I do great at it, and I love it. And I'm a blogger too, and that ain't a real job to me.
You work?
Yeah, I'm a blogger.
I didn't think that was a job.
Some ghosts of M2M past floating in this season. Lisa Nicole is back in the mix. How are you feeling about her showing up?
I think Lisa Nicole is hungry and she's thirsty. I mean, she came at me, attacking me from the very beginning, and I ain't seen this in years, honestly. I didn't know what her problem was with me, but you know what? A part of me feels sorry for Lisa Nicole because every time she comes back, she gets the bad end of the stick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, she comes to me and I stay ready.
I know you want to be like me. Bitch, they can't keep a man. Help to the no.
And then we've got Kari Wells, an OG, floating on by. How do you feel about her popping up?
You know what? Kari takes digs at me as well, but I like Kari. For some reason, I like her. But what really touched my heart with Kari was during the Black Lives Matters movement, she went over and beyond. And I don't care what nobody says. A white woman is needed in our movement. It helps our movement. We need everybody. And what I saw was everybody of all nationality, all races, everybody from all genders was there saying, hey, you know what? Black lives do matter. And this is something that's wrong. And Kari was at the front line. So I would always respect her for that.
I love hearing that. We pick up on your story right when the movement was surging last summer. So what does it mean to bring this to TV right now?
It brings back so many memories, but it will always be relevant because this has been going on for so many years. You know, I don't know if y'all saw where Damon talked about some of his experiences being a Black man, and you know, it's so impactful. Like I say, I think this season is different from the past, but I think it's better, honestly.
What do you hope the viewers take away from hearing these stories?
You know, being a Black female, having a Black brother and Black men in my life all around, I honestly thought that everybody knew the struggles that we went through. I really, really did. But coming in, meeting Anila and some other people that are not of color, they just didn't know. I don't know if they were just not exposed to it or whatever. In my mind, I would have thought everybody know. So I think what we're getting out of it is exposure. Anytime there's something going wrong in this country or any other country, all you can do is put it out there for the world to see. And then the people that's doing it have to respond to it. And I think one of the things about this country is it takes pride in their brand, the way they look to other people. And they're out there being policemen of the world, taking care of apartheid and other things in other countries, and they ain't even solved their own here. So now we need to take a look at ourselves before we can move forward in another country or being involved in anything else.
100%. I think you put that perfectly. I also thought it was so meaningful. It's a brief moment in the premiere, but you do get to speak about how much more devastating COVID was to the Black community, which I don't think people paid enough attention to. What do you hope people take away from seeing how you guys dealt with the pandemic, especially as medical professionals?
One of the great things that takes us away from other reality TV shows is that we're all professionals. You know, my husband's a physician, emergency medicine. So you see us at the front lines. We get to show you what we actually went through. And I don't think a lot of people see the intricate involvement of how it affects doctors' lives and their, you know, and their livelihood. So it's amazing to see how the different dynamics of American medicine were shown.
On a very, very light note, I have to tell you about a moment that brought me so much joy last year. When Big Mike interrupted your live stream.
Oh, you were watching Big Mike. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord, you scared me, Big Mike. I ain't gonna do. Ooh, what the hell? Oh, my God. They say my response was, I did not know what that was, honestly, initially. And we just gonna pray for him. And you know what? And since then, I've never let anybody in my life after that. I mean, I learned my lesson. You know, I thought it was fun, the interaction. You know, nah, you can't do that.
Well, it's fun until somebody turns it into a porn show.
Absolutely, absolutely. Jesus, did y'all see that? Oh my gosh. Ooh, y'all gonna send me off of here. Trying to get my page shut down. I had to figure out how to edit that out, you know? So I learned something from it. So
okay, you took a moment away. Yeah, your reaction is it's less about what Big Mike was doing and more about how you responded to it. That brought me joy.
hopefully y'all didn't see that on my page, what the hell that was. I hope y'all didn't see that. Praise God.
I think I watched that clip probably 100, 200 times because it makes me laugh every time. So people got something out of it, even though you almost had a heart attack.
Right. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Jesus, it was amazing. It was something crazy. It was crazy.
To wrap things up, anything else you want the fans to know about season 8? Maybe one word to describe what we're gonna see?
I think that I can't think of a better word than simply amazing. Amazing. You got to see all of us in action. Dr. Damon, I think you got to see what he does, COVID testing, how he jumped out in the front and did something, not just sat down and waited for things to happen. I just think it's an amazing season.